It is the year 2020. The profession of a designer is to create value for brands and to raise the impact of individual products. The turnover of creation and production that we see today is going incredibly fast. Corporations, art students, and even yoga teachers are constantly making new logos, ad campaigns, fall, winter, spring, pre-spring, and cruise collections. There appear to be millions of startups, brand new services, greenwashing campaigns, performative alley-ships, and fridge magnets with Jeff Bezos. Unspoken rule is corporate values have to change in order to reach people and lull them in with beautiful stories. Although frankly, they mostly help us to sleep well at the height of a climate crisis. So instead of actually changing product values, businesses change design to prove the newness. So the only value that's actually being created is design, and that's just damn fake. And yes, designers depend on a system, on clients and companies by default. They are guests invited to create a beautiful illusion. Except those designers, of course, who build self-initiated and cool critical practices, but even they're not saints. Designers need to create, otherwise they do not feel complete. And yes, that is a vicious circle. And you probably ask, how can one design ethically if capitalism is so ruthless? Well, radically speaking, to not design and getting paid for that sounds ridiculous, right? But is it really?
We agreed on implementing my designs, yes? No. The color doesn't matter, there won't be any colors. Yes, exactly. You better skip it. I would prefer you not to. Yes, just think of how amazing it would be if you didn't do it. Good. Thank you for your openness and understanding. Yes, see you on Thursday. Goodbye. Hi, my name is Not. I'm a designer. I used to work in a little bit of a niche, but now that my work has become more known, I mainly focus on communications with big corporate clients. I've been working with fashion brands, IT firms, furniture makers, legal advisors, funeral homes.
How would you characterize your design practice?
I see myself as a designer of sustainability and ethics, while also offering design proposals that make companies more successful. My goal is a change in design values that would lead to innovative and long-term workflow and profitability. And of course, happiness on both the customers and the company's sides. Can you hear that? Can you?
No.
Yeah, there was nothing.
And may I ask you, who was the client you were on the phone with?
It was Adrian and Ray, the heads of Comme des Garçons. In my experience, some of the most progressive CEOs I've ever had the pleasure to work with. We've been working for a couple of months now, and they're in the process of implementing a few of my designs, which will breathe fresh air into most of their lines. I'm sorry. I do get really excited every time I talk about it.
What exactly were you working on?
We have decided that they're not going to put out any collection at Fashion Week but instead redirect their business from capitalist dystopia to something more valuable. They're creatives, they're workers. And in parallel to this, I've been working with Kanye, who stopped producing so much but now wants to focus on innovation, God.
And how? How can we visualize that? I mean, what does your design look like?
What do you mean? It doesn't look like anything. It doesn't exist.
Okay, well then I will try to ask like this. What is it?
Well, mostly it's me on the phone, talking, discussing, arguing, offering design proposals. At the start of the negotiations, clients are often so surprised that they just take it for granted.
Yeah, but you just said design proposal. A design proposal implies design. Or am I mistaken?
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Design isn't just physical matter. What does design look like for you?
Supposed to make the world better, isn't it?
So you get me.
Yeah, I think I'm beginning to understand some of it, yes. But I'm still very puzzled by your approach. I mean, can I ask in more detail? How do you execute your projects? I mean, are you working here?
Yes, this is my studio. I can show you around.
Why is it so empty, though?
This is my working desk. And this is where I come up with my ideas.
And what about those paper sheets? Do you have them for visualizing ideas, or...?
I have them for the right moment. Hasn't happened yet.
And what about that piece? I mean, isn't that going against your morals?
It's art.
And what about your outfit? What was the inspiration behind that? I mean, it has a very unique cut.
It's my working clothes.
What I'm trying to imply here is that if you would...
Excuse me, it's important. Hello? Okay. Listen, we spoke about it already. I thought I made my point clear. I told you. You make it easier for a consumer to make irrational choices if you yourself know that the product you're selling is not good. No, just don't do it. I want you to understand, it's not about me implementing my design, but for you to grow as a company and shift your focus to urgent topics. No, you figured out production, you're fast, you're cheap. Now it's time to realize that it's not about who puts out the most, but who doesn't. Design has become too small. All the people do are these objects. Are those desirable? Yeah. Amusing? Maybe. Needed? No. I would suggest to take a different view of design and focus less on the object and more on the thought process of design as an approach. But most people don't realize that they keep on running the hamster wheel.
But then how should they exit this hamster wheel?
Well, you could just wait for it to stop moving. In other words, don't move, don't do design.
But why hire someone who does nothing?
Why hire someone to interview a person that does nothing? Why did you come in for this interview?
Well, firstly, because I'm very interested. I mean, there's no one in the entire design industry that has gone so far beyond the scope of current trends. And secondly, I think I was lacking evidence that your approach has the right to exist.
So you understand my clients. They're curious, suspicious, and that's why they hire me. People are seeking radical, ambitious ideas, even though they might contradict the world we live in.
Like those people who will decide to watch this interview.
Yes, exactly. Ideas don't always have to be innovative. Sometimes they just need to be proposed at the right time, to the right people. And I just appeal to common sense.
So your greatest talent really is to articulate it properly so people listen to you?
Definitely not a talent. More of a skill to say no.
Then how many of your clients actually follow your advice?
Enough. In all times there's these people that think ahead. Creators, clients, journalists who spread the word.
But how do you convince them? Like, what is it that you tell them?
I tell them not to.
Hi. I'm not coming today.